Live from the Caterpillar Global Communications Center at Bradley University, this is BUTV News.
Good evening and welcome to BUTV News. I'm Scarlett Bender.
And I'm Mia Massaro. Let's take a look at the news.
Following a comprehensive national search with broad input from faculty and staff, listening sessions, and open forums with finalists, Bradley University has appointed Dr. Dan Moon as its new provost and senior vice president for academic affairs. Moon has served in the role on an interim basis since 2024 and had led Bradley's College of Liberal Arts and Sciences as dean since 2022. President James Shadid says Moon brings integrity, collaboration, and a strong vision for academic growth. 10 years ago, a faculty member at Bradley had a vision to reinvent the news station on campus. Fast forward to today, that same station marks its 10th year providing campus news to Bradley students. BUTV News reporter Jackson Sheltiel spoke with those that helped make it all happen.
Bradley University's news station, BUTV News, is approaching its 10-year anniversary this fall. The founder, Dave Lenny, shares how BUTV started.
Another faculty member retired, and I had an opportunity to take over the production that we were doing, and I wanted to change it. A student and myself came up with the format that we pretty much now use for BUTV News.
And that's where Ellie Rhodes comes in. The first producer of BUTV News talks about how she wanted to make the news show on campus more relevant.
We would, show the different events that were happening on campus. We would let them know of like local bands that are in the area, or students that have a band, or anything else like cool like that. We wanted to kind of, showcase them to the student body and just let people know how awesome these Bradley students are.
Janice Rebels, 2016 graduate of Bradley University, reminisces about her time on BUTV and encourages students today to get uncomfortable by trying things that are difficult and new.
I still remember my first live shot with BUTV. I think I was sweating through my clothes. I was so scared. But you have to force yourself to do something like totally out of your bubble to make yourself good at it. And now I really don't think twice when I'm on camera.
As Janice reflects on her time as an anchor for BUTV, she encourages students to get curious if they have aspirations of working in news.
My first news director told me that a really good journalist is someone that's just really curious. And maybe that means nosy, and that's okay. To have questions about things and be confident about those questions. There truly is no stupid question. If you don't understand something, that means somebody else probably doesn't understand it, so you should ask a question about it.
From Janice to Ellie, there's one thing in common with them today. They're both grateful for the experiences they learned while volunteering with BUTV.
It's such an immersive experience, and I'm so glad that Bradley still offers that to students and they still take advantage of it. And I would just say to students that want to get into this field is to go every week, either as a volunteer or take the classes and put your all into it, because you never know what will come of it. And it could turn out a lot better than you thought it would. So learn as much as you can.
After 10 years on air, BUTV continues to make a lasting impact on students today, and hopefully for many more years to come. For BUTV News, I'm Jackson Sheltiel.
Last Monday, Bradley students came together in Burgess Hall for a creative way to show their gratitude. With Thanksgiving just around the corner, the event invited students to pick up a paintbrush and express what they're thankful for through art. Canvases and a variety of paints were provided, giving everyone the chance to share their appreciation in a colorful and personal way. While the turnout wasn't huge, those who attended enjoyed the relaxing environment and had a great time after the event. They left with artwork that reminded them of all the things they were thankful for this year. In this week's Someone You Should Know, we spoke with Chris Marsh of the Communication Department, where he's an assistant professor for public relations and advertising and sports communications. Liz Siddons has a story.
On this week's Someone You Should Know, I interviewed Professor Christopher John Marsh. Marsh is one of Bradley University's most outgoing professors, and he is a local to Peoria, but also to Bradley.
East Peoria High School, graduated in '87, and then I graduated from Bradley University in 1992, back in the last century, in the 1990s.
Marsh has always had an interest in public relations and marketing, but his interest peaked when he met John Ruhock.
Okay, here's the fun God's Got a Plan story. John, it turns out, was from Peoria. This guy, John Ruhock, he lived in Chicago, but I met him in Kansas City. He's from Peoria. He went to Bradley University, and at the time, John's mom, who was 97 years old, was a patient of my father-in-law's, who is now a retired internal medicine doctor. All of this leads up to, hey, we should go to lunch and just start talking.
One summer, Marsh got offered a teaching job at Bradley University, and the rest is history. He's been a professor here for 15 years, and his favorite thing is to meet new people.
It's so much fun. I'm like getting just to meet you. I would never otherwise meet you from Elkhorn, Indiana. But just, I mean, getting to meet all these new people is so fun every year, every semester.
If you're ever interested in public relations and marketing, or want to learn more about Marsh himself, his office, located in the GCC room 320, is always open to any student. He loves just learning about what students are doing within their majors. For BUTV News, I'm Liz Siddons.
Coming up, our temperature is headed back up. Andrew Graham has this week's weather.
And in entertainment news, a peek at GTA 6 by Jordan Lawrence.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Those 9 months were also 273 days of planning. What about your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. And let's not forget those barbecues you plan in detail for your family and your more vegetarian by the day best friends. That surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
When people are fed, futures are nourished. They can connect with the world around them, unlock endless possibilities, and thrive. Join the movement to end hunger. Volunteer. Advocate. Donate. Go to feedingamerica.org/actnow.
If you're buzzed and doing this, to make yourself feel okay to drive,
ZWX.
you're not okay to drive.
YGKLVW. Regular you.
So who was ready for that snow this weekend? Because I was not.
I was definitely not, and I'm not ready for any more. Do we have any more coming up?
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. I have no idea what was happening, but this weather was dropping it like it's hot. I'm your weatherman, Andrew Graham, and you got to be a little silly if you didn't think this weather was a little chilly. Today's weather was a little warmer than the past few days, but for how drastic this weather has dropped as a whole, it's not saying much. A week ago, we were looking at sweatshirt weather, but now we have to make sure to zip up those coats because the campus breezes were coming in strong today, sending shivers down our spines all over campus. Now moving over to the precipitation map, where you can see that in Peoria, although the weather was chilling, a lot of precipitation didn't touch around the Peoria area. It just got around certain areas of Illinois surrounding Peoria, but nothing too drastic. Also, looking at the temperature maps, we see that all around Illinois, the weather has dropped immensely. From last week being in the 60s to now dropping into the low 30s and 20s this week. Also, Taking a look at the upcoming forecast for this week, we see that the next 5 days are making the weather a little bit colder as the days start to grow older, telling everyone who even thinks about going out with this cold weather to bundle up nice and warm for those upcoming weeks. Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and while you're on the ride home, it's best to pop on some entertainment to pass the time, and I know just the man with the best suggestions. Throwing it to our very own Jordan Lawrence.
Welcome back to another episode, everyone. Let's start by talking about Apple with their newly released handbag that sparked some confusion in the tech world. To start, this is quite an expensive accessory, with a starting price of over $100 and some even retailing for over $200. Not even that, but the design is rather odd and not so elegant, as it's supposed to hold your phone in a woven pocket, which makes it look awkward and out of place. And Apple didn't respond as to why they released this bag in the first place. All they could say for marketing was it was the same designer that made Steve Jobs' turtlenecks. With more gaming news for you all too. And unfortunately, this one's not good, because yet again, Rockstar has pushed back the release of GTA 6 from the foretold 2026 to November 19th, 2026. Many fans, of course outraged, questioned why the game studio pushed back the game yet again. And although Rockstar is infamous for pushing back this deadline, this pushback is far more controversial. Because official reports came out from a certified employee at Rockstar claiming that the pushback was due to a mass layoff of over 50 employees to shut down a potential union from forming. And Rockstar has claimed that the reason for the layoffs were due to confidential details being leaked and has only reconfirmed the pushback date of the game. To end the segment off with some good news, the very well anticipated 5th season of Marvel Rivals begins this Friday. Coming with this update is Rogue and Gambit, a famous Marvel couple that originated from the X-Men series, taking place on a gorgeous wedding venue where in the season they will be wed. Additionally, a brand new non-combat map of Times Square, New York will be added for all players to enjoy comics and videos together without the risk of a Spider-Man yanking you off the edge of the map for fun. And it is speculated that there will be a 3rd addition to the season later, Cyclops, one of the top-rated X-Men.
Wow, GTA being pushed back once again is crazy. We haven't had one in 13 years.
I bet it'll push it back again. I can almost guarantee it.
I see that happening.
I've actually never played any of them, so maybe I have time to catch up since they're pushing it back again.
If it releases.
Well, stick around for an interview with an exec member from an organization empowering women on campus.
And we take a look at celebration of global culture on campus.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. That I know what you're going through. I know things aren't easy, but you still show up. I wonder if you know that we can get help. That we don't have to go through this alone. Let's see how far we can go. Love your mind.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Food can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Everyone deserves to live a full life. And with your help, together we can end hunger. Join the movement at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Alexa Magos, a senior nursing student at Bradley, is the vice president of Fighting Pretty, a club on campus focused on fundraising for women with cancer. Our very own Nico Witherspoon has her in Beck 3160 for an interview before their meeting tonight. Nico?
Hello and good evening, everybody. I am Nico Witherspoon, and today Hello and good evening, everybody. I am Nico Witherspoon, and today I am here in the back with Alexa Magos to talk about Fighting Pretty and her role as vice president. So please help me in welcoming Alexa. First off, what does Fighting Pretty do?
So Fighting Pretty is a nonprofit organization that is dedicated to helping women battling cancer. So at Bradley, what we do is we raise money each semester, and that money goes towards our Pretty packages, which are packages that include gifts and notes that will be distributed to facilities all over Peoria. And our focus is just to remind women that they are strong, beautiful, and amazing.
That is so amazing. So who or what inspired you to join Fighting Pretty?
Yeah, so originally I just joined Fighting Pretty as a way of getting involved on campus, and a lot of my friends were in Fighting Pretty as well. But I am so grateful to have joined Fighting Pretty because through the club I have been able to hear many inspirational stories from the women that have received our packages. So it just warms my heart seeing the impact that we have had on people.
That's amazing. What is one of your favorite stories from one of the people who got you, one of your packages?
Well, actually, it was a professor here at Bradley, Shannon Sandoval. She recently has been battled breast cancer, not breast cancer, it was, I think, brain cancer. And she came to our packing party last semester, told us our whole story, and it was really it really was amazing just hearing her story. I think I shed a tear, but yeah.
Perfect. So what are some of your responsibilities as vice president?
So as vice president, I have two main responsibilities. One is organizing the package parties that we have each semester. And here we just gather all of our materials and make the packages. And then my second responsibility would be to locate where we are going to send out those packages. And then again, just helping the president with anything that she might need.
Perfect. So how can Bradley students get involved with Fighting Pretty?
So Bradley students can get involved by coming to our meetings and also by donating whenever we do have fundraisers around campus.
And really quick, when is the next Fighting Pretty meeting?
So our meeting is, we have one meeting tonight at 7:30, and then our next and final meeting is on December 3rd. It's our packing party, and it'll be here. Well, both the meetings will be here at Beck 3160.
Thank you so much for joining us, Alexa. Reporting live for BUTV, I'm Nico Witherspoon from Beck room 3160.
Bradley kicked off its celebration of International Education Month with its first event on Monday morning. Students from 2 elementary schools came to campus to learn more about the cultures in Bradley's melting pot. Reporter Mary Hoozle has more.
Monday morning in the Student Center Ballroom, Bradley University hosted students from 2 local elementary schools for an International Celebration and Education event. Dr. G.D. Bukowski, the faculty director of the Office of Global Initiatives, shared more information about the purpose of the event and her office.
The goal of the Office of Global Studies and Initiatives is to bring global awareness to campus, educate as many students as possible on global events in our international, interconnected world.
For this event, Bradley students and faculty created displays, presentations, and activities for the visiting students to learn more about their country and culture while having fun. The kids received a stamp on their passport booklet from each table as they traveled from country to country. They were also required to write down 3 things they learned at each table.
So the idea is to celebrate our international students. We have international students here from 35 different countries. And so the idea is to celebrate them and also to educate these younger kids about countries all over the world.
Beyond this event, Bradley University is celebrating International Education Month with several upcoming events and presentations.
This event is part of International Education Month. So the State Department and Department of Education, U.S., they organize an International Education Week, and we've done that before, but we had so many things going on, we decided we'd do a whole month. Please try to come to any and all of these events, because I like to tell the students that regardless of their major, global matters. You know, they will be impacted by international relations, they will be impacted by globalization, so everybody needs to learn as much as they can.
To contact Dr. Bukowski directly, email her at jbukow@bradley.edu. For BUTV News, I'm Mary Hoozle.
Coming up, Delaney gives us updates on the recent Braves volleyball game.
And we take a look at the ongoing events on campus.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. So if you want to talk to your kids, you have to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong.
Let's go.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Everyone deserves to live a full life. And with your help, together we can end hunger. Join the movement at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
All right, guys, so we're looking forward to Thanksgiving break coming up here soon, heading home probably. Do you have a sport that you plan on watching with your family when you're back at home?
I don't have one that I plan on, but I bet you that my boyfriend will make me watch a Packers game.
I'm sure my family will have football on the TV, so I'll probably be watching that.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have football here at Bradley, but we do have a lot of other sports. So starting off with volleyball, the Braves picked up 2 more wins this weekend at home. On Friday, Bradley faced off against the Indiana State Sycamores, where they won in 3 sets. Tendai Titley, Maria Drapp, and Irene Mostardini led the team on Friday with key performances. On Saturday, the Braves faced off against the Evansville Aces, where they clinched another victory, this time in 4 sets. Saturday's match saw key performances from Gracie Furlong, Maria Drapp, and Victoria Oliveira. The Braves hit the road this weekend as they play University of Illinois Chicago on Friday and Valparaiso University on Saturday. On to men's basketball, the Braves opened their season at home this past Saturday against the Central Michigan Chippewas. Bradley started off their season strong, clinching an 85-54 victory. Sophomore Jaquan Johnson scored a career-high 33 points with 2 steals, 3 assists, and 6 rebounds. A.J. Smith and Alex Hubrechts played their first games for the Braves and tied for the lead in minutes played. Smith scored 18 points while Hubrechts scored 11. It was an all-around game for the Braves, with 7 of them playing 21 or more minutes. The Braves are back at home tonight in a double feature with the women's team. The women's team played DePaul University at 5 p.m., and the men's team will take on UT Martin at 7:30 p.m. Moving on to hockey, the Braves had an insane weekend as they picked up 2 more wins against Loyola University. Friday, the Braves clinched a 5-3 victory with a few milestones to celebrate. Junior forward David Meadows scored his first career goal, and freshman goaltender Maddox Scase picked up his first win in net. Saturday was a huge game for the Braves as they defeated the Ramblers 12-4. A couple more milestones on Saturday as sophomore Jack McQueen scored his first career point, and sophomore Reese Durford and junior Vinny Felice both recorded their first career hat tricks. These two wins bring the Braves' record to 12-5 overall and 6-0 in league play. The Braves hit the road this weekend as they face Washington University St. Louis for their last games of the semester. And one more piece of exciting news for the Braves. Senior captain Grady Blessing currently leads the nation in points at the Division III level with 39 points. Congratulations, Grady. Looking ahead, volleyball will be at UIC in Valparaiso this weekend. Women's basketball will be at IU Indy on Saturday. Hockey will be at Washington University. Cross country will be at the NCAA Midwest Regional. And men's basketball will be at home to face UMass Lowell next Wednesday. That's all for BUTV Sports this week.
I'm excited for the basketball game tonight. I cannot wait to hear all about it.
Yeah, sounds like some exciting stuff happening out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, after the break, we take a look at the events happening on campus.
Followed by a musical performance from John McGee Day.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Now let's take a look at the events happening on campus. Interested in molecules, painting, and chemistry in general? The Chemistry Club is hosting a Paint with Chem Club on November 14th from 5 to 7 p.m. in Olin Hall 245. The Society of Automotive Engineers is hosting guest speaker Joseph Rapp to speak about his experience in the engineering industry, along with how SAE gave him a leg up in the field. Be there on November 18th from 6:30 to 7:30 in Beck 1150 and 1160.
All right, it is this cast's last show before Thanksgiving break. What is a Thanksgiving food that we are excited to eat?
It's got to be mashed potatoes and gravy, right? That's
For me,
the best one.
For me, it's mac and cheese.
Green bean casserole is the only right answer in my opinion.
Those are all great wrong answers, but I gotta go with stuffing.
That's a good one. I'll have to go with cheesy hash brown casserole, for sure.
It's definitely not green beans.
It's
You
not.
guys haven't had my grandma's. You haven't had my grandma's.
No
Okay.
way.
Stuffing's pretty good.
I'll trust.
Just pure stuffing without the turkey?
What can I say?
It's a debate. Well, that's it for BUTV News this week. I'm Scarlett Binder.
I'm Delaney Giles.
I'm Jordan Lawrence.
I'm Andrew Graham.
And I'm Mia Massaro. We leave you tonight with a performance from John McGee Day. Have a great night.
How y'all doing, Bradley? I'm Johnny Pesos. I'll be performing 2 songs from our debut EP, Be Yourself. Find it on all streaming platforms. I need y'all to turn up a little bit, all right? Everybody at home. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey, she say I do too much flexing. I be on the go, so I did not see when you text me. Last year was too rough, but now I don't do no more stressing. Took a couple of losses, I just turned them into lessons. Hey, she say I do too much flexing. I be on the go, so I did not see when you text me. Last year was too rough, but now I don't do no more stressing. Took a couple of losses, I just turned them into lessons.